Another dream is within reach. A student opens up a book. An entrepreneur takes another look.
Every community has a story, a history, a culture, a shared sense of place and belonging. Local identity is what makes one community different from another and yet connected to all others. Tonight our panel asks, how can communities strengthen local identity? Welcome to the Thunderdome. Good evening and welcome back to America Together Radio. Last episode we explored public safety. Tonight we focus on local identity, culture, traditions, storytelling, shared values, and the unique character of each community.
So identity is about what makes a place feel like home.
Exactly. It is shaped by history, people, and shared experience. Tonight we'll discuss traditions, local storytelling, arts and culture, community landmarks, shared values, and ways to preserve and strengthen what makes each community unique. President Pipeline, when a community wants to strengthen local identity, where should it begin? We'll hear your answer right after the break.
The fishing boats begin to move, following routes they've always known.
Welcome back. Tonight's question, how can communities strengthen local identity? President Pipeline, will begin with you.
Thank you. Local identity begins with understanding what already exists. The stories of the past, the traditions still practiced today, the landmarks people recognize. Communities should start by listening to their own history.
So identity starts with awareness of heritage?
Exactly. You cannot strengthen what you do not first understand.
Sometimes people forget the value of what is right in front of them.
Identity becomes stronger when people recognize what they share.
Liberty Jack, your perspective.
Celebrate local culture in everyday life. Community events, local festivals, school programs, public art. These remind people of who they are together.
So celebration reinforces identity?
Absolutely. Shared celebration strengthens belonging.
History gives us roots.
Culture gives us connection.
And connection gives communities meaning.
A strong beginning for tonight's discussion. After the break, Lady Progress discusses storytelling, art, and cultural expression. Captain Constitution explores preserving traditions and shared values. Stay with us.
The tires roll beneath the maples, past stone walls standing.
Welcome back. Tonight we're exploring how communities can strengthen local identity. So far we've discussed heritage and celebration. Now we turn to storytelling and cultural expression. Lady Progress, how do storytelling and the arts strengthen local identity?
Stories carry meaning across generations. Music, literature, theater, and public art help people express who they are. When communities support local creators, they preserve their identity in living form.
So art is part of identity itself.
Exactly. A community's identity is told through its stories and its creativity.
Captain Constitution, what role do traditions and shared values play?
Traditions connect people to their history. Shared values guide how communities live together. Preserving both ensures that identity is not lost over time.
So preservation is important for continuity.
Very much so. Without memory, identity weakens.
President Pipeline, what stands out to you?
Communities stay strong when they remember their stories.
Art brings people together.
Creativity keeps identity alive.
Tradition preserves meaning across time.
Sometimes the best stories are the ones passed down at family gatherings or local events.
Those stories become the foundation of shared identity. Market Maverick off microphone. And every town has at least one legendary story everyone argues about differently. After the break, Market Maverick discusses practical ways communities can preserve and promote local identity. Professor Data explores research on cultural cohesion. And the People's Advocate shares everyday habits that strengthen community identity. Stay with us.
I'm Jeremy Levan. Rural communities understand problems that national politics often ignores. Distance, roads, hospitals, water, agriculture, energy, broadband, schools, and local services are not abstract issues. They are daily realities. America Together 2028 wants those voices included.
On another day, across the coast and the inland plains, in classrooms, workshops, city streets, people.
Welcome back. Tonight we've discussed heritage, celebration, storytelling, and cultural expression. Now let's ask an important question. How can communities preserve and strengthen local identity in everyday life? Market Maverick, what practical steps help preserve local identity?
Support local museums and historical sites. Promote community, festivals, and cultural events. Encourage schools to teach local history. Highlight local businesses that reflect community character. Identity stays strong when it is visible in daily life.
So visibility matters.
Exactly. People connect more deeply with what they see and experience regularly.
Professor Data, what does research suggest about cultural cohesion?
Research often associates strong local identity with increased civic engagement, stronger social trust, higher participation in community events, and greater collective well-being. Communities benefit when residents share a clear understanding of their local story.
So shared identity builds unity.
Very much so. When people understand their shared story, cooperation becomes easier.
People's Advocate, what practical advice would you offer listeners?
Learn one local story. Attend one community event. Support one cultural tradition. Share what makes your community special with someone new. Small actions help keep identity alive.
Quick thoughts.
History gives communities roots.
Culture brings people together.
Creativity expresses identity.
Tradition preserves meaning.
Local places and natural spaces often become part of a community's identity.
After the break, each mascot shares one habit that helps communities strengthen local identity. Then we'll conclude tonight's discussion and preview our next episode. Stay with us.
The morning sun climbs from the river and paints.
Welcome back. Tonight we've explored how communities can strengthen local identity. We've talked about heritage, storytelling, traditions, culture, and shared meaning. Now let's close with one final question. If you could encourage every community to practice one habit that strengthens local identity, what would it be?
Learn and share your community's history. Identity grows stronger when it is remembered.
Participate in local traditions. Belonging grows through shared experience.
Support local artists and storytellers. Creativity keeps identity alive.
Respect traditions while passing them forward. Continuity strengthens meaning.
Protect the places that define your community. Land and identity are often connected.
Show up to community events. Participation makes identity visible.
Ask someone about their favorite local memory. Stories connect people across generations.
Continue evaluating cultural programs and expand efforts that strengthen shared identity, participation, and civic understanding.
Local identity is not something you find once. It is something you build together. Every story shared, every tradition practiced, every place preserved, and every moment remembered strengthens the community.
What's next inside the Thunderdome?
Next time, our panel explores Episode 083, How Can Communities Encourage Civic Participation? We'll discuss voting, volunteering, public meetings, engagement, representation, and strengthening democracy at the community level. You've been listening to America Together Radio, simulated mascot debate Thunderdome. Today's discussion featured fictional mascot characters created to explore civic ideas through respectful conversation. The characters are fictional. Their conversations are intended to encourage culture, identity, belonging, and stronger communities. Thank you for listening. Until next time, keep remembering, keep sharing, keep building together, and we'll see you inside the Thunderdome.
The same as they have through the years, watching seasons come